Sir, it's very thankful you to provide your precious time to me with us to give this special interview. What I wish to is actually the Indian investors, not only from South India, the Indian investors, you can say the Maharashtra, other part of north part of India, they are ready to come to Sri Lanka and they are ready to start their business, extended their business to Sri Lanka, right, in Sri Lanka. But that they are only fear, you can say the fear, the term fear in mind, that is there any political stability is there in Sri Lanka? And second thing, what will be our benefits if I start a business in Sri Lanka? What will be the benefits? Actually, as a Minister of Foreign Affairs, is there any foreign affairs policies, development policies, diplomacy policies to invite the Indian investors, not only from South India, from Sri Lanka? What they will get the benefits? First thing. Second thing, the political stability.
I think, although we have had a turbulent period, what you now the former president was elected by democratic means. He resigned after the agitation of the people, and a new president has been in place. Then the new president enjoys the majority of the parliament. So as far as I see, I would imagine there is political stability in Sri Lanka. Now, of course, due to the economic reformist agenda which the new president is taking, people are disgruntled, people have hardships. But even during the last the government, during the Japan government, the local council elections was held, and that particular government lost the local council elections. But nonetheless, the central government continued for another further 2 years. So I don't think, I don't think there's any political instability in Sri Lanka. Of course, I would say that whenever a country has to embark on economic reforms, it's a difficult journey. It's a difficult period. So the Sri Lankans are also feeling the pinch. But having said that, it does not mean that there's no political instability in Sri Lanka. Now, as far as what incentives are there for the Indians to come to Sri Lanka, it certainly depends on the industry. Now, unlike some other countries, we do not have. You can take out all the money which you have invested in Sri Lanka. You can. Some other countries have restrictions on the amount of money which you can take back to the country, and also the close proximity of India to Sri Lanka is also an advantage. And now let's take for example something such as the ICT industry. Let's take the salaries of Indian graduate working in Bangalore, and if you compare to the Sri Lankan graduate who's working in Colombo, the Sri Lankan graduate salary would be about 60% of what the Indian graduate's salary. So there's a huge cost advantage, and the aptitude of the people tends to be very similar. So certainly now with the Colombo port city coming in, there will be many tax holidays which will be introduced to the investors. So all those the tax incentives which will be introduced, it depends on the industry, and it depends on the ticket value and many other factors, and how many people will be employed, things such as that. So, I would think certainly we are looking at the entirety of the India, not only in India but all the other regional countries also. But we feel that more room for the southern Indian states, simply because that of the close proximity.
Right.
It might make more sense for some southern Indian states to interact with Sri Lanka than to interact with, let's say, the northern Indian states,
Yes, I understand.
given the proximity.
Yeah, I understand that. Especially the Amendment 13,
Yes.
as our Foreign Minister, Mr. Jason, also visited your country.
Yeah.
What's the possibilities to implement? Is there any hurdles or what you like to say about Amendment 13? Because it's very concentrate on our South India.
Yeah.
Because they are always focusing how the Amendment 13 will be able to implement in Sri Lanka.
The President's view has been that it's already part of the existing Constitution.
Right.
So if it's part of the Constitution, you need to implement it.
Okay.
You can't have a situation it's been in the Constitution and it not being carried out.
Right.
So certainly the land powers and the police powers pertaining to the provinces has not been implemented by any president.
Okay.
Yeah, so there is a reluctance by the executive to implement the land powers and the police powers. I, for one, feel that actually we need to come up with a new constitution, but a new constitution should not be rushed. We need to have a period of dialogue between different parties. And we also need to ensure that the minority interests are met. And there is also a fear amongst the Sri Lankans that if you give the land powers and the police powers, that it can lead to separation. So I think a good way to approach this issue is to say that, okay, we are going to implement the 13th and the 13th Amendment in full, but in 5 years' time we are going to come up with a new constitution. So if there are any hindrance of the 13th Amendment while it's being implemented, those issues can be rectified by a new constitution. So I would think the 13th Amendment is a separate issue, but the bigger issue is how do we find inclusivity to the Tamil population. 2/3 of the Tamil population live outside North and East. So it's not just empowering the North and East, it's empowering the minorities. So then we need to empower Tamil or Muslim living in the Sinhalese areas, because the majority of them lives outside North and East, so that they too feel that that this is their homeland, this is their this is their country, this is their heritage, and that we all are stakeholders in Sri Lanka, and we all need to work together in order to take this country forward.
So it's a very confident word as we will convey to the Tamils, especially the Tamilians, who are living in Tamil Nadu as well as in Sri Lanka. So I would be able to say that's a reconstruction for their livelihood, right? Their livelihood and their sustainability and their opportunities to survive in Sri Lanka. So it's my very pleasure that I will convey this message to my all Tamilians, Tamil Nadu and all over India, not only in Tamil Nadu. So mainly I'm bringing the investors to Sri Lanka.
Yeah.
So the main fear is the political solidity. Of course, already you aware from that.
Yeah.
So I hope the country, our brotherhood country, has natural resources and other things are there. So human resources there. So so by your word and by your representation of word, that all investors from North India or South India, they will come to Sri Lanka and other things. So I'll convey my records to you. The newly independent state. I think the February 4th or 5th.
4th. Yes.
Yes. It's very congratulate. The forthcoming days will be the very confident and I can say pleasant day for Sri Lanka.
Thank you.
And we will come to you again with new opportunities to Sri Lanka.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Thank you.